Hey, welcome to Discounts and Comparing Prices in Earning and Spending. We've gone through all the tax stuff and so on, and now it's time to look at spending some of the stuff that we've earned. And what do we want to do? We want a discount. What's a discount? We want some money taken off the price. Why? Well, we're generally all-round good guys. Well, that's not going to get you a discount. We want a percentage off. Lots of percentages around here, but it could be at a sale where every item's marked down. Well, it could be because we're a tradesperson and we can go to certain people who will give a discount for trade because it's part of our livelihood, and they want to attract all those business people, the tradesmen, and improve their business by offering that group a discount. So there's a few reasons why we will get a discount. What is a discount? It's counting off, if you like, or removing from the count a certain percentage. Okay, so we're going to get a discount, we hope. Let's have a look at all the different mathematical calculations involved in various discounts. So come on down, let's look at it in a little bit more detail now. And here we are. Discount is the amount taken off the price. Sale, 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 they say, and we've got 10% off. Actually, 10% off is not a lot. What is that? That's $10 in every $100. Not a lot off. Let's do a calculation and start to look at the maths of this. So if you come down, let's say the mark price, so that's the price that's usually marked on the goods. So there's the first new word, I suppose, well, discount, and then mark price, the price marked on the goods usually. If we're going to save 10% minus 10%, the sale price would be $36. How do you do that? Let's have a look. So the discount is 10% of $40. We know 10% is multiplied by 10 divided by 100, or better said, 0.1. 10 over 100 is 0.1 times 40. That multiplier idea, that's a handy one, the multiplier idea, converting percentages to a single decimal. So 0.1 times 40 is $4 off. Not a lot, mate, not a lot. And so then we get the final price, the discounted price. Okay, discount price is a mark price, $40 minus the discount, and that's where it came from. We got $4 off. Well, it's not bad, but a couple of cups of coffee only, or something like that. But it's still something off, so that's good. We're going for this discount. We really want to do that. All right, so let's go down and formalise that a little bit with a statement here. Some screen clippings here from Hayes and Harris Mathematical Applications. So have a look in their book. So the discount, it's just what we did. Discount percentage, 10% times the mark price. When we've got the discount, the final selling price, or the discounted price, is the mark price minus that discount. Just did it, didn't we? With $40 times 10%. Just remember, 10% times $40, and then it was $40 minus that. Well, that discount came to $4. $40 minus $4. So that's what we just did. Do you get it? Fairly basic maths there. Okay, let's go on and have a look at some more of that. So, who gets it? Who gets a discount? Well, tradespeople. Here's a painter going off to do a job, and there are certain paint outlets that will give a discount to the trade. So they want to try and support painters and also improve their client base, how many people come to them. So they'll offer the trade a discount. A builder prices a ladder down here for $208 and offered a 15% trade discount. So let's find the discount. Percentage discount times 280, change it to the multiplier, and comes to $42. So the selling price is 280 minus 42 is 238. Or you could do a multiplier idea. the person's not going to pay 100% anymore, are they? They're going to get a discount of 15%. So they're only going to pay 85%. So you could go straight to the selling price by saying it's 85% of 280, multiply it's 0.85 times 280, final selling price is 238. Okay, a couple of ways of doing it. Remember, this is quicker, but you don't actually calculate the discount here. You would have to get the actual discount calculated. So you'd have to get the discount by finding the difference between 280 and 238 if you want to find the dollar value, how much off you're getting. All right, let's have a look at another situation, a settlement discount. This is a bit old-fashioned now, but I'll talk about it in a minute. A discount is given when the amount owing is paid within a certain time. So it's trying to get you to pay your bills more quickly. For instance, a discount of 5% may be offered provided the amount owed is paid within 10 days. And that's shown as 5% for within 10 days. N30 means no discount if it's paid after 30 days. Okay, because usually businesses have 30-day accounts. They buy stuff now, you must pay by the end of the month, that sort of thing. Okay, an item is purchased for $140 on the 15th of June. The payment terms are 5% off within 10 days, 2.5% within 21 days, and no discount in 30 days. How much should be paid if the payment is made on the 29th of June? Let's have a look. 29, take 15, that's 14 days. So what are we going to get? We're going to get 2.5%, because up to 21 days to pay is 2.5% discount. Let's work it out. 2.5% of 140. 2.5 over 100, percent means percent on over 100, it comes to that. Dividing by 2.5 by 100 is 0.025. Times 140, you get $3.50 off. So instead of paying 140, take off $3.50, is $136.50. Or you could say, because we've done it within 21 days, we save 2.5%, take it away from 100, that's only 97.5% we have to pay, and then so it's 140 times 97.5% as a decimal, divided by 100, 0.975 is $136.50. Same idea. If you get two, trade discount and a settlement discount, you do one after the other. So deduct the first discount and then work out the final, the price after that one, and then the second discount. All right. Now, this is a bit old-fashioned because what they say now is usually pay on time. Now, pay on time on electricity bill or whatever, I think they give you about 2 weeks. Pay on time, so there's a due date on the bill. Pay on time, and they give you a percentage discount if you pay within that time. So there isn't the splitting up of 10 days, 20 days, etc. Usually, pay on time, that's within 2 weeks after you get the bill, and they will reduce the bill. That's the way it mainly works now. This book is going back to 2008. So things have changed a bit since then. But there are still incentives, discounts, incentives to actually encourage you to pay on time. Okay, let's do something with that now. And we'll go to the last one. Markdowns or sales discounts. So there are some stores around that have sales. Most people do have sales, and the prices are marked down. So here's some shirts, and not my style, mate, but anyway, it looks like he's happy. Marked down. So, in other words, some are taken off. A certain percentage is taken off the usual price. And this is what happens in sales. Also, some people will take off money for cash. Cash discount. In other words, if you pay cash, they take a percentage off. The reason for that is if you use a credit card or a card, there are bank fees associated with that. So the business will be charged for allowing you to use your credit card or an FBOS card sometimes. Okay, so cash is less cost to them, and so they pass some of that on to you. So that's another reason for a discount. Okay, let's say a shirt is marked at $80. Gee, I wouldn't pay $80 for that, mate. And it's to be sold at a discount of 30%. Find its selling price. Let's do it again. 30% of 80, 30% divided by 100 is 0.3 times 80 is 24. So the selling price is 80, take your discount, 56. Or the other way, 30% off, I only want to pay 70%, mate. 70%, 100 take 30, 70%. So what is 70% of 80? 70 over 100 is 0.7, and so I'm going to pay $56. Do you get it? Now I've split Hayes and Harris questions up into sections, so we're going to do those discount methods first in exercise 1E, and there are the 3 questions from that textbook, and I'll just bring them all up there so you can see what the first 3 questions. So I want you to work out the dollar amount of trade discount and the net price. So you actually do want the discount, so you can still do it the quick way, but then you have to take the discounted price away from the mark price to find the actual dollar discount. Okay. And calculate the net price paid. So in this one, you can go straight to the answer. You don't need to work out the discount, and see how you go. All right. Find the discount in dollars and percentage discount. Oh, now this could be interesting. I might have to revise something for you here. Let's look at this one. Mark price is that selling price. So what do you have to do? Subtract, I'll put the steps here, subtract selling price from the mark price. That will give you the actual dollar discount. And do you remember how to work out a percentage going this way? Percentage discount is equal to dollar discount divided by the original price, which is the marked price, that's what you should be paying, times 100 over 1. That's converting it to a percentage. So you might have forgotten that. So find the actual difference between these two to find the discount, and the percentage discount, that's what they're asking for here, is the discount over the original price times 100. So check that out. Okay, pause the presentation, have a go at all those. I'm going to swing down below here and show you the answers. Okay, how many of those did you get right? I hope you got a few right there. If you didn't, go back and check it. You might have asked the teacher or mates and so on if you didn't get it right. Okay, let's go on and look at getting more discounts and stuff. Okay, calculating the mark price. And this is question 4 in the same set, but I've separated it so you can just focus on one thing at a time. Quite often, the selling price is advertised with a discount already given, and you want to say, well, what was it originally? What was the mark price before they gave me this discounted price? Because they say, oh, it's been discounted by 40% and the selling price now is 150. You think, wow, 150 is a fair bit and I've got 40% off. What was it before that? Okay, so if the jacket has been discounted by 40%, it is now 60% of the original, isn't it? Okay, the mark price, what it usually sells for, take off 40%, you'll have 60% of that left. So 60% of the mark price is what they're selling it for. Let's divide both sides by 60 and find out what 1% of the mark price was. So if we've got 1% of the mark price, what was the whole mark price? It was 100%. So we get that figure and multiply by 100. So the mark price was $249.98. If you go along to a mate and say, hey, this jacket I got for 150, did you see it last week? And he says, yeah, it was only 200. Oh, you know you've been gypped. So it should have been, for a genuine 40% markdown, It should have been at 249 or 250. Okay, for genuine 40% markdown. So when they say, hey, this has been marked down by 40%, you can always check the truth of that by reversing this calculation here, as we've done, and go back and say, hey, that would have been that price. Okay, and just check it out whether it was ever that price. So here we are, calculate the missing item in these examples. So, discount 15%, mark price, so you've got to take it off, selling price. That's like the ones we did before. Now this is the interesting one. There's a selling price, and they're telling us they took off 45%. What was it before that then? Okay, get the idea? Trying to go backwards and forwards. Check that. Getting a bit confusing there. All right, want to have a go? Have a go at this question here and see what you think. Pause it now and I'll show you the answers. See if you got these right. There we are. They are the answers. How are you going? Backwards and forwards. Don't get giddy here. Okay, let's go on. Here's the rest of the questions from that set, and they are a mixed bag now. Okay, these 9 here, 4 through 9 rather. So pause the presentation and pick out the type of problem and try to remember how to do that particular type. Okay, let's keep going. We need to go down to, I think, 12, is it here? No, 10 and 11. Okay, have a go at all of those, get good practice. Mathematics is practice and confidence. Okay, pause it. I'll go on now down here and show you the answers. There they are. All right, I hope you're getting some right there. All right, let's move on. Not far to go. I hope you're working hard and feeling happy with the skills you're building up. Okay, so there's another couple of questions in this set, and I've separated these. A plumber purchased plumbing supplies costing $187.10. 16th of March. Let's underline the important things. The supplier offers a trade discount of 7.5% and payment terms. There's your discounts for various times. How much should the plumber pay if the bill is paid on the 28th of March? First of all, let's work out the trade discount. 7.5% times the amount. 7.5 divided by 100. 7.5 divided by 100 divided by 100 is 0.075 times $187.10. So your discount is $14.03. So take that off. So it's $173.07. You might say, well, Huddy, that's silly. You can't pay 7 cents in current tender. There's no 1 cent and 2 cent pieces anymore. But when you add up several bills, he might do this one day, another day, etc. The 7 cents wouldn't be rounded on paper because you might add another 3 cents to it and you've got 10 cents. So you don't throw away any cents there. Eventually with all the bills, they might add up to actual current tender of 10 cents, 20 cents and 5 cents and so on. Okay, so you could do the other way. 7.5% off means 92.5% left. So 92.5 is 0.925 to get the final price times $187.10. You could do that. Okay, as the goods are paid for within 12 days, let's go back up the top here. 16 and 28 is 12 days. So you will get 2.5%. Why? Because you're in this batch here. 2.5% off within 15 days. So you paid in 12 days, get 2.5% off of that. 2.5 divided by 100% is per 100, divided by 100, 0.025, $4.33. So therefore, it's $173.07, take $4.33. The amount you have to pay is $168.74. Okay, so here it is, all done in one step. The original, and you're paying 2.5% off is 7.5% off. Sorry, is 92.5, and then 2.5% off that is 97.5%, or 0.975 as a multiplier, and you can go straight to the answer. So this is quicker doing it this way. Okay. All right. Want to have a go? Let's have a look at this down here. the last two problems. So you do them in exactly the same way, in steps. So pause the presentation and have a go. I'm going to flash up the answers now. Here they go. All right. So see what you think. And we're going to go on. Here we are. Here's a little puzzle for you. Dishonest discounting. Not all advertisements are accurate in the figures they quote for sales. Some understate the discount offered, and others overstate the discount. So I'm just going to get out my calculator and we're going to go through this together and see what you think. All right, examine the supermarket advertisements here for 1.25 litres of soft drink, barbecue pork chops, shaped biscuits and chicken portions. Okay, so let's come down and have a look at them. Okay, here we go. Buy low and save. Okay, soft drink, 1.25 litres, 40% off. And the price is 77 cents, save 61. Okay, barbecue pork chops, 1.5 kilogram. Late week special, 45% off. It's $3.99 a kilogram, save $3.50. And you got the idea. For each item, state the sale price. Okay, what's the first one up here? The sale price is 77 cents. The amount of discount offered. The discount, so this is the selling price. Discount is 61 cents. And the original price, therefore, was the sum of these, which was $1.38 originally, before they took that off. Okay, this is the soft drink. Okay, the percentage discount. Well, what's the percentage discount? It's a discount over the original price times 100. So let's do it over here. It's $1.38. No, hang on, that was the original. So let's do the discount. The discount is 61 cents over $1.38 times 100. Are you doing it on your calculator there? What do you get for that one? Have a go and see what you think. I'm doing it here at the moment. This is approximately 44.2%. Okay, so that's good. It's over 40%. We'll give that one a good tick. Let's have a look at the next one here, late week special. The selling price now is $3.99. The discount, say $3.50. Was that, so that's the discount, and then so the original price was, adding these up, $7.49. So what's the discount? $3.50 over $7.49. Do it on your calculator. We'll do this one together. That's the story they're telling us. $3.50 discount. And dividing by 7.49, and we get 46.7% off. So we give that one a tick because they're saying it's 45% off. We're actually saving more than what they're saying. Let's do the biscuits. The biscuits are $1.47, and we're saving 46 cents. So what's happening there? We have the original price with $1.95, so the percentage discount is $0.46 over $1.95 times 100 over 1. We're checking their claimed discount now. Divided by $1.95 and times 100 is 23.6% discount. Very good. Okay, that they've only advertised 20% over here. Let's do the chicken portions. Now, $2.59 is the new price. Save $1.40. 9, so it was $3.99 originally. So the percentage discount is $1.40 off out of $3.99. Times by 100. Have you done it yet? I'm just doing it now as I'm talking to you, and I get Hang on, I've put too much there. 1.4, hit multiply instead of divide, mate. Okay, it's 35%. Okay, and that's spot on. So we give all of them a tick because it says 35% off. It's a bit more, it's only slightly more. Does it understate or overstate? Well, here it understates. We actually get more off there than what they claim in most of those cases. Okay, so that's fair advertising. That's very good. Quite often it's the other way around though. They might suggest a discount and give you less than that. So mathematics to the rescue. It makes you a more astute consumer if you can do a bit of checking there, mate. Okay, let's go and have a look at how we can compare prices and see whether something is better to buy or not. People want value for money when they're purchasing goods. Buying everything, the price is usually per kilogram or price per item or price per millilitres. Okay, so the best way, so most grocery items come in different size packets, tins, bottles. This makes direct comparisons difficult and misleading. The best way to properly compare prices is by converting to a unit cost. In the USA and UK, shelf labels tell shoppers how much each product costs per 100 grams or 100 mil. And that is what happens in Australia now. We have developed that as well. So they must, on the shelf, put not sale, here we are, 2 litres for $1.20. They've then got to break that down to how much it is per litre, so you can compare it with other drinks and things. So it's misleading otherwise, isn't it? Let's say you have 1.25 litres for $2. Is that better than 1 litre for $1.50? Too hard a maths here, mate, for people. Okay? It isn't actually better. So if I say here, sale, 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 I'm going to sell this slightly larger bottle for $2, but the 1 litre is $1.50. So how do you compare? Well, the idea is to bring this back to the same quantity or capacity, to bring this back. How much is this per litre? Per 1 litre. So we should divide by 1.25. And if we do that, we find this one is actually $1.60 a litre. See how it can be misleading? And unfortunately, people were doing this. They were saying, oh, this is a good price. We're reducing our 1.25 litres down to $2. Well, hang on. That still isn't better than your 1 litre price of $1.50 if you go on price per litre. So you must have this common way of comparing. This is now law. So in supermarkets now, like in the UK and the USA back in when this book was printed in 2008, we now do this in Australia. So when you're going shopping, have a look. When it's got a red sticker on it or a coloured sticker saying it's a sale, just look at the per mil or per gram or per kilogram price and compare it to perhaps a smaller quantity. Because often people think, oh, I'll buy more. It's usually cheaper to buy more. Okay, so just check that it is. Bulk buying isn't necessarily cheaper. We're going to come on to that in a minute. Let's have a look now at doing it by weight. So, sold by weight, find the price per weight, cents per 100 grams or per kilogram or something. Which jar of jam represents the best value? 235 grams for $2.36, 450 for $4.29, or 910 for $8.72. So let's divide it out so that we get how much each one costs per 100 grams. So 235 grams is how many 100 grams? We'll divide by 100. Divide that by 100. Find how many hundreds there are in 235. So there's 2.35 hundredths in 235. So you're paying $2.76 or 276 cents. Divide by 2.35, you're paying 117.4 cents per 100 gram, or $1.17. Next one. you're paying 429 cents or $4.29, but for 455 grams, which is 4.55 lots of 100. Just divide 455 by 100. So what is that per gram? It's about 94.3 cents. This sign here means approximately. What about the last one? $8.72, 872 cents, dividing by 9.10, that's how many hundreds you are. That's 95.8 cents for 100 grams. So the best one is this one here, work on per 100 grams. Okay. Generally, buying in bulk is the best way to shop. But the 455 gram jar may have been on special, or they might have said this is on special but trying to trick you. In fact, it was marginally more, even though you're buying twice as much, it should be cheaper. And the reason for that, why is buying in bulk generally cheaper? Well, they have less packaging. So here, this is 2 jars worth of these. All right, 910 is exactly 2 of those. Okay, so they don't have to use 2 containers, and the labelling and everything involved in that. So that's why you would expect discount over here, or a cheaper price for buying twice as much. But it didn't work out, and that could be that this one was on special, or they were just being tricky. In other words, it doesn't pay to buy in bulk for that particular brand. So you have to check. Right? So you need to be an astute consumer, and maths to the rescue there. All right, have a go. Have a go at these down here. And I've split them again. I'll just move this back up a bit so you can't see the answers. Okay, washing powder. You'll bring it down to per kilogram, or per roll, or per gram, okay? And just see how they compare. Okay, do that. I'll show you the answers now. Here's some answers for you. So, this is pretty useful stuff, isn't it, as an everyday consumer. Let's go on and look at some volumes of things, value by capacity. Okay, sold in containers or bottles. Find the price per 100 mils, or per litre maybe. 600 mils costs $1.20. 120 cents. Divided by how many hundreds in this? Divided by 100 is 6 lots of 100. So it's 20 cents per 100 mils. 2 litres cost $2.26. 226. 2 litres is 2,000 millilitres. Divided by 100. Oops, is there. Let's cancel that. Is 20. That's 20 lots of 100 in 2 litres. So it's 11.3 cents. So it looks like bulk buying works there. 24 370ml cans cost $13.99. Okay, $13.99, and if you multiply all this out here, you get 9 litres, or 9,000 mils, divide by 100, so there's 90 hundreds, and it's 15.5 cents. So, this is 9 litres worth, but it's all packaged up in small containers. That keeps the cost up of packaging. So you're better off buying this one here, buying in bulk, but not in many small quantities, because it's 11.3 cents a litre. Gives you an idea, doesn't it, of how careful you have to be, because this might seem to be a good price per can, and they do stay more bubbly, of course, only opening 1 can at a time, but overall per mil, you're being charged quite a bit more. With a 2 litre bottle, could go flat. You've got to watch that, mate. No good if it's flat. Okay, come and do some problems. Here we are. This is dividing by the... Oh, you could do it just per litre or per 100 mils, and see what you get here. This one is probably better just to divide through by the litres and compare it that way. All right, have a go, and I'll show you the answers. Some answers for you there. Okay, what's the best way? So, bulk buying may not be the best. Just keep your wits about you there. All right, let's have a look at the last thing. More about bulk buying. Okay, buying in bulk. is the most cost-effective way of purchasing goods. Generally, watch out though. Some of the others might be on special, and buying big amounts may not be cheaper. But you don't want to have wastage either. So what if the due date is exceeded before you have finished it all? A 600ml carton of iced coffee. Mandrake drinks that for breakfast each day at $1.80 per carton. He knows that a 3 litre bottle is on special for $5.95. But has a use-by date only 2 days away. So that might be discounted for that reason. That's another reason for discounting, isn't it? Discount because close to expiry or close to due date. Okay, best before. So they discount it because they can't sell it legally after the due date, after the preferred date of consumption. They're not legally allowed to sell it. So they're going to lose money on it completely, so they'll give you a discount price. So let's have a look at his 600ml deal. 600 mils for breakfast each day, $1.80 a carton. So here we are, cost per 100 mils, divide 600 by 100, there's 6 lots of 100 in that, so it's 30 cents per 100 mils. The 3 litres, $5.95, divided by, now 3 litres is 3,000 mils, so divide by 100, that's 30 lots of 100, so it's 19.8 cents per 100. Ooh, it's a lot cheaper, 30% off or something. Okay, so you generally say, oh, I'll go for that, because the iced coffee won't go flat, 3 litre bottle, not like the soft drink. That might be an issue of buying a big bottle of soft drink and taking time to get through it. It'll be flat by the end, but that won't happen with the iced coffee. But what will happen with the iced coffee is you've got to say, will the due date have expired by the time I get through it all? So 3 litre bottle is best, but it will take 5 times 600. Let's do this. 3,000 mils, a 3 litre bottle. Days I'm doing 600 a day. So that's 5 days of consumption there. Okay. So there it's going to be $9 for 5 days, and a 3 litre bottle costs $5.95 for 5 days. Okay, all right, well, that's good. This is quite a bit cheaper. But hang on, if the use-by date is only 2 days away, you're going to waste 3 lots of 600 mils, 1,800 mils, so you're going to waste $3.56. And that's more than what you saved. Okay, you saved $3, isn't it? $9 versus $5.95. But will you use it all? If you have to waste 3 days of 600 mils, 1,800 mils, then that is 18 by 19.8 cents. Yep. So you better just get the single ones so they don't go off. However, if the iced coffee was on genuine discount and at the beginning of its freshness, if you like, and the expiry date was more than 5 days away, that would be a good deal. All right, have a go at weighing some of these up now. Okay, so we'll finish off here. Eggs have a use-by date. 1 dozen egg costs $2.80 and 6 eggs cost $7. One consumes 1 egg a day. Okay, calculate the cost per egg for each purchase. Okay, is it worthwhile him buying a dozen? If he, how much money will he waste if he buys a dozen eggs and sticks to the use-by date? 1 week on. You've got 1 week to eat the dozen eggs. Okay, so work out the cost per egg, and then what will be left that would be wasted if the date is only 1 week on. There'll be 5 eggs wasted, I think. So see what you think and see if you can work out the value of doing that bulk buying or not. Okay, pause the presentation, have a go, and I'm going to go down and show you the answers now. Okay, I hope you're feeling really powerful as a consumer now, because this was very valuable stuff for everyday people. All right, I'm going to leave earning and spending there for the moment, but look out, there'll be more Huddy Maths coming up. So catch you then.